Yo, we found a gay black socialist that nobody likes.
What?
I know, it's crazy. This is dark racial humor. It's waiting for like a thing, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
fuck me.
I mean.
Yo. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dark Racial Humor, free-flowing, in-depth conversation about whatever is appropriate at the time. It is a beautiful...
Weird, dude.
What?
That was weird.
What?
Nothing. Beautiful.
Beautiful Saturday in South Los Angeles, California.
Thinking about making a retreat down here, dude. I'm going to buy some property and call it the retreat.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, to our live streaming audience out there.
Oh, shit. I do kind of want to live stream.
Damn, this is the first...
People are being real weird right now.
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Everybody's tripping on shrooms in the house. It's really bringing on some really weird vibes that I'm...
You just got to power through
not
and
with.
pod,
It's
dude.
a Saturday. It's still a work day, gentlemen. Get to work.
Every day.
Hey, guys,
Work.
what's up? This is the Dark Racial Humor. I'm Bonjan.
I'm Caller John.
We like to talk about stuff that's going on in the world and also stuff that's going on in our personal lives. I went to the dermatologist because I had a
Dude, your
cyst,
sing-songing is bullshit.
and I thought it might have been a tumor, but it was a
Where was
cyst
it?
on my dick,
Oh, really?
near my dick, up my leg.
Near your dick on your leg.
Everybody knows that now.
About 9 people to 13 people.
Fuck yeah, because it's dark racial humor. We don't get that many plays.
Fuck your songs, dude. Episode 55.
Everyone loves my music.
No one hates your scratchy sing songs, dude.
My songs are fucking magic. My voice is pure.
If it was pure, Michael Jackson would have wanted to touch you, but he didn't.
I wasn't alive when Michael Jackson.
Was into it.
Yeah.
When he was going big.
I'm a pretty young boy. I'm only 14.
PYB.
Hey, everybody.
Periscope.
What the fuck?
I get more traction on Periscope than any other platform. I've also tried Facebook Live, which I want to talk about later on in the fucking thing.
Ugh, Facebook
Maybe
Live. I would
It's
love to
the
hear
most
that.
convoluted fucking... It's horrible, dude.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I had
Let's
to-
just talk about it now. Oh, wait. We have to talk about our days. How's your day?
It was kind of
The
more
fuck
of
are you
yesterday,
laughing
dude.
at? I'm just kidding.
I like that yellow. Yellow's nice. Is that yellow and like red?
Where's Tamor?
He's leaving. What?
Okay.
What's going on here? You get fucking. What's good? You got inside joke, dude?
No, I got a breakfast burrito. It was so good. Now it's just sitting well in my stomach, just
Oh,
marinating.
yeah, and the gas juices.
Yes, definitely. We had a good soapy lawn last night.
Yeah. So
If you weren't here, you're a fucking loser.
damn.
Honestly. Where?
All
what?
fucking radio host mad. Tone.
What?
Honestly.
higher purpose is there?
The
Than to come to a
honestly,
soapy lawn.
honestly, and then fucking 2-second pause.
Am I wrong?
For real.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It's the classic fucking conservative radio tone.
I love it. Ever since I got the mic stand, like things.
It's just
Things have been good. I can like
more right, dude. It's
can
more
s-
fucking.
I can sit back. I can relax. Like it's just like, just
You
two
don't have
guys
that power, dude.
getting
No,
coffee.
you gotta fucking twist it a little bit.
Just a little
You
bit.
gotta push it with your fucking chin.
Yeah. Want to get mad? Push it down. Hey man.
After in the
Here's
2-second
what
pause.
I think.
In the 2-second pause is when you push it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, dude. Podcasting, dude. It's
Shout out Periscope.
shout out.
viewership,
Hey,
dude.
shout out one per 3.
3 people. I'm telling
Hey,
you, dude, Periscope.
Stark ratio.
Periscope has the most just random people pop up more than any other platform.
Small community. Not a lot to see, I guess.
On Twitter, on Periscope.
Maybe.
I mean, I would assume that there's somewhat of a big. It's kind of. I bet it's like Facebook, where you don't think people use Facebook.
Can you add people?
I don't
Can
think
like
so.
you split screen it like Instagram?
I don't think so.
That's something that makes Instagram superior. Just getting two
Yeah.
angles
Yeah.
in there. Be cool. So work on it, Periscope.
I don't
Love
think
it.
they work anything on Periscope.
Did they close that shit?
Periscope or what? Facebook Live?
Periscope.
Periscope is
Everybody
right
has to
there.
have a fucking live, dude. Everybody's like,
Well, because, I mean, why would you not have a live?
it's like, I feel, but it's like been like, why is it getting big now?
Periscope?
Is it because of phones? No,
Or
live.
live?
Because it's been around for a minute.
Probably, I don't know. I was about to say, like, podcasting and streaming got big. Probably game streaming.
Oh, yeah, game streaming is new.
It's kind of popped. Well, because, you know, JTV was Twitch. Right?
Yeah.
And Twitch, I think they made the switch in probably like 15, 14, 16 maybe. And then games got popular. Facebook Live. Oh, my God, dude.
Let's hear about it, because you sound angsty about
was,
this Facebook Live.
I wanted to diversify the live beat making things.
Yeah.
Because there's a nice little Twitch thing, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's doesn't get you far. I had to fucking Google search Facebook Live, go on the forums to try to figure out how the fuck this thing, first of all, starts. How do I get to it, dude?
Wait, were you on your phone or the computer?
The fucking desktop, dude.
That's probably why.
It's exactly why, because it's made for mobile.
Yeah.
And not desktop-y.
Broadcasting live on anything but a desktop is impossible nowadays.
Anything but?
Yeah, remember just fucking Twitch? To set up that shit, you have to download external software.
Yeah, OBS and shit.
Yeah.
Well, OBS is used with Facebook as well.
That's trash.
The OBS?
No, the fact that you have to do all that, but I guess it's a mobile world.
Yeah, you also can't simulcast. It's against, on Facebook Live, it's against their fucking limits, dude.
Like you can't,
You can't, see, if I wanted to go on Twitch and then, I don't know, YouTube, I'm allowed to. But you can't fucking simulcast goddamn Facebook with anything.
So you can be on Twitch and YouTube.
Twitch, YouTube,
from your
Instagram.
computer.
If you find a way, I was trying to find a way to do Twitch simulcasting, but I don't think the OBS software I use works. But there's like multiple paid platforms you can use, but those are kind of trash. I'm not trying to pay like monthly for that shit.
I love it.
It's horrible, man.
Live streaming is the future, or it's the present.
But Twitter, you go on fucking Periscope, and you got at least 6 people, one person every half minute or so that are random coming on your stream.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Speaking of live streaming, I want to jump into this first story from Bloomberg. Zuckerberg's bad week gets worse with live stream shooting. And it's a nice picture of Zuckerberg with a big-ass frowny face.
Let's look at it.
Oh, God.
What a weird guy, man.
Zuckerberg's bad week gets worse with live stream shooting.
I'm gonna, because I read this text too. The text isn't very informative.
Really?
It's more. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's basically stock based. It doesn't tell you anything about the live.
Oh, so yeah, a guy live streamed a shooting. Is this footage available? Like, can people
it's
watch
probably
it?
there, dude. Probably a little deep dive.
Interesting. Nice.
I'm sure it's not on Facebook anymore.
It's probably on YouTube Kids or something.
Hey, we're back, dude. We're back.
Oh, we're back. Oh, we're trudging through the waters here, trying to get you this
I'm fucking swimming laps.
this content, folks.
Oh God, man.
I got my little doggy here.
Shout out Maggie, the receptionist.
Shout out Maggie Max.
Best
okay.
dog in the house, man.
So yeah,
Live streamed it. He had a 74-page manifesto.
damn. Did you read it?
No, I saw a couple clips of it. Not clips,
Really?
but little news clips of it.
You know, what I love.
What do you love?
And by love, I mean deeply despise.
Sure.
How the blood.
What?
No, play it. This is important stuff.
I mean, it's not. I need dramatic music, honestly.
How the blood on the pavement is not even dry yet, and people are already like making it political and like just being divisive as possible.
It is. It is a pretty divisive shooting, though. It's kind of political
It's like
based.
that's exactly what he wanted, though.
Yeah, he was a guy who was hip to the internet meme culture, and
Yeah.
where he probably had a bunch of things that he actually cared about, and probably wrote about in the manifesto, compiled with a bunch of other random, like, I don't know, triggered meme shit.
The one thing we shouldn't be divided on
So what?
is that killing a group of people for no reason is bad.
I don't think anybody was against.
But
Bad.
it's like people, no, of course no one's against it, but people aren't against it, but people are using the opportunity where all we should be focused on is that
Is
to
what?
to just mourning a group of people
Yeah.
and like
Well, I mean, it was pretty goddamn politicized from his point of view. He was very, from what I've seen, with
yeah, he
ethno
named like
stuff.
a bunch of people that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about he was very into ethnic fucking cleansing for white shit.
Yeah, see, like if we just
Like that, I
if-
think that's
if-
part of the politicization, which I think is kind of called for.
yeah, I mean, but like people should like be like, okay, you know what, we should just
Not talk
we
about
should
it for a day
we
and
should
wait.
recognize that this is a very what's the word, archaic way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's very tribal, and we should not even acknowledge his ideas. Just come together and just acknowledge that, hey,
I don't
this is
agree.
bad.
I don't agree.
We're gonna-
especially lately
Because people were just like, oh, dude, it's fucking. See, this is fucking rhetoric. The fucking president has been like spitting. It's like, dude, this happened in another country. And even though the guy fucking named lots of people, one of them being Trump in his
Yeah.
manifesto.
he was Australian.
Yeah, it's
in
like.
New Zealand. But I still, I mean, America politics hold weight, especially with like English speaking countries.
Absolutely. But it's
And
like.
I think that's pretty tied in. It can't not be tied in.
I know. I just think like we should be forward thinking and we should be like, hey, this is bad. We know this is bad. Let's just
Do what?
not promote these ideas so that something like this doesn't happen again. Not make people like this famous by
Yeah.
continuing to say his name, continuing to promote his ideas indirectly on Twitter, saying, "Oh, this is all white people's fault." That's the most divisive thing like you could say to a white person, probably.
From what I've seen, I don't really delve in all the fucking talk about that shit, but like, it's been pretty not as cut and dry as that. I think the people that I've seen talk about it were pretty, I think, at least articulative about.
Damn, bro, you should. Then something must be wrong with my Twitter because
I think you have a weird Twitter.
I'm seeing shit that people I follow are liking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucked
And
up.
I don't want to see that.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you.
How do I turn it off?
Well, no, I'm talking about the people you fucking follow. You got a whole community of.
It's
probably
like people you
bullshit,
follow
dude.
too.
Like who?
Like fucking Elias,
I did see that. I saw it whenever
Lando
he
Chill.
like. Well, I was talking about fucking Lando on Instagram. He was talking about it was being fucking pretty not insightful, but not shitty about. I think you have to talk about Trump and fucking even like Charlottesville and shit when he's kind of not talking about white supremacy.
Yeah, but you're still promoting the idea of white supremacy. He wants white supremacy to be popular in
I'm sure if
everyone's
if
discussion, and
Trump
now it
said
is.
white supremacy, people would be like, "Why are you saying white supremacy?"
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
what does that have to do with anything?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
If you know how people are mad that Trump isn't like explicitly denouncing like with Charlottesville white supremacy and this, he didn't really like talk about the ethnic ideal of it behind the New Zealand shooting.
Uh-huh.
If he explicitly said no more white nationalist shit, I feel like people would be like, hey, why the fuck are you saying white nationalist? You're exactly what you're saying. You're spreading the ideals.
Oh, absolutely. But I'll tell you why that's a bad example, because no matter what he says, people are going to
That's what I'm saying.
hate it. But I'm saying like
Exactly what I said.
no, I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about just like people. I'm just talking about like people's reaction to it. instead of just like condemning the acts, they're blaming people. They're
Yeah. It's also, I think you can just fucking
condemning
blame the guy, dude.
Yeah, just dude, it was a fucked up guy
Yeah,
who thought fucked up things.
He was, and I know it's kind of memeish, but one of the things he said in his fucking manifesto was that Spyro, the dragon video game, influences like ethno cleansing shit.
What, he just wants to run around and burn things?
I don't know, dude.
See, that's this perfect example.
But I saw that.
The biggest threat to children is video games.
Spyro, dude, Spyro.
Okay, it's not drugs, it's not alcohol, it's video games.
I saw that little clip of the manifesto, and I like kind of immediately wrote off anything. I was like, okay, this guy's just a fucked up guy, and that anything you're gonna
be like that sometimes.
Anything you're gonna take literally anything from I don't know, just the zeitgeist of culture to do whatever you want to do.
It'd be like that sometimes. Interesting too, because New Zealand has super strict gun laws.
Is that the one, or is it Australia with that one big massacre? So they banned the gun shit. I think it's Australia.
I know.
Remember?
It's Australia. I do know New Zealand did have one in the 90s, but I don't know how big it was.
They have strict gun laws in New Zealand?
Yeah, I heard that.
But this guy got fucking 2 semis.
He got 2 what?
2 semi-automatics.
Wonder how. Probably imported that shit from.
No, I think it was from New Zealand.
Here. Oh, really?
I
don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know how you get gun. I don't even know how to get a gun in this country.
You just go to like Walmart, I think.
Just go across the street.
Miss Lady.
Like, yeah, honey, I got that heat right here.
I got 445s ready to use, dude.
Oh, great day, great episode.
Dark racial humor.
What do you fucking do, bro, when your fucking platform, someone live streams a shooting? What's going through Mark's head right now, bro? Like,
dude, he's been like fucking.
He's just getting fucked.
Just his head is being fucking bobbed underwater for like a nice 2-3 years now.
Bro, he could just step down and just enjoy his money.
Does he have a lot of stock in it, or has he got that
liquid
owns baby?
51% of Facebook.
Who the fuck owns 50?
49 investors.
Oh. It's not very a lot. I guess it kind of needs.
He might own more, but I know he has 51% voting power on the board.
Well, then that means
he controls everything.
You'd have to sell your stock, basically.
You don't have to sell your stock. You just have to sell your
ownership.
Oh, he could still be on the board, but then someone else would be like,
it's not
CEO.
really enjoying your money still.
No, I'm saying step down, like retire, don't work.
Yeah.
But then watch
Why
the
would you be on
monster.
the board?
Why would you be on the board? So that you can still make decisions for your company.
But you want to retire.
Well, you're doing a lot less work than being CEO, where you have to answer every fucking question.
Yeah, I think if you either fucking jump out of it wholly, or you can't just take a roll down, dude.
What do you mean? Steve Jobs was CEO, and he was dying from cancer, and he was like, hey, Tim Cook, I need you to be interim CEO. I'm just going to sit on the board.
I feel like that's a lot of stock scrutiny.
What do you mean? He still has a stock. He just doesn't
People's perspective of, I'm sure there's going to be some overreactions market-wise about a CEO taking a lesser role, especially in kind of a dodgy climate with Facebook.
A scrutiny? Everybody would applaud that, bro. Everybody wants him. Everybody in the fucking government wants Mark Zuckerberg to step down.
But I see just from an investor perspective of you got money in this company, and the company that has been kind of getting bashed on for a couple of years for fucking
okay,
privacy.
This happens all the time though.
What?
Companies, when something bad happens to a company and there's a lot of pressure on the CEO will step down.
Give me some examples.
Okay.
You can tell hold on, I just want to say you can tell the weather's getting hotter when this lady's outside. It's kind of like a groundhog.
MoviePass is an example.
MoviePass.
Yeah, they've had like 3 CEOs in the past year.
I've never heard of MoviePass.
Exactly. They were that fucking company. They were kind of competing with Netflix. Basically, the whole thing was you pay for something, you pay like a premium every month, and you can go see like as many movies as you want per day. and they kept changing their model.
Didn't you want to do that in Tucson?
Yeah, and like they lost a whole bunch of money, and like the company sold them, I think, and this company called Helios in Madison bought them. It's worth like a 50th of a penny right now. But they've had like 3 CEOs.
But isn't that kind of to my point of that is not a company doing well?
What is your point exactly?
That when a CEO
Yes.
is stepping down and go to a lesser role,
yes,
that gives people a bad perspective of the company.
Well, oh, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if the company's already doing bad? They like people.
I think that just worsens it.
Like if Macy's, like everybody knows Macy's is tanking, and if their or fucking J.C. Penney was tanking, they replaced their CEO, and they're still tanking.
Well, I think
but,
it just makes people tank more.
Sometimes they replace the CEO and the stock goes up.
Better. Well, I mean, if the CEO does, I guess at that point it'd be either PR or like strategic moves that make it better.
Like Twitter had a CEO named Dick Costolo. He was the CEO from like 2009 to like 2016. Twitter was doing real bad, and then Jack stepped in, and the stock went up a little bit. But we're gonna take a quick break.
Oh yeah.
New Dark Racial.
It's a pirate life for me.
You say yo. Yo, what up, my pirates?
What's up, my dark racists? Shout out to everyone that listens all around the world. We love our fans.
New Zealand.
We'll be speaking at USC
for episode 67.
We're banned at UCLA for being too fucking too triggering.
I said, change my mind, 9-month abortion.
Change my mind, 10-month abortion.
But there's 10 months still in the belly.
Change my mind, death penalty for kids.
Maggie's about to be outside.
Hey, our little dog is going to die because of negligence.
Hey, man, if it'll teach people.
Hey, I bet you they wouldn't kill. Hey, someone out there.
I think he sees him.
Okay.
It might not even be outside. I don't care, man.
As long as I don't hear the squish or see the flat body in the street, we're fine. Okay.
A dead Maggie carcass, dude.
Now back to the show.
That's not the show?
No. Oh, shit. Okay. Hey, everyone. We're back live on the air. This is Dark Racial Humor. Free-flowing, in-depth conversation about whatever's appropriate at the time. And what is appropriate at the time, you may ask?
Well, you know about the mosque shooting?
I'm aware of the mosque shooting, yes.
There's a lawmaker in Australia.
Yeah.
Australia is the native home of the shooter.
He wants to ban mosques?
No, but he's anti-immigration, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm on the New York Times, and I can't scroll down or read anything more about it from this website because they have a paywall.
Fuck them.
But they have a nice GIF, dude. And the headline is, Australian senator hit with egg after blaming immigration for mosque attacks.
He was hit with an egg?
Yeah, there's a little kid that I can only describe looking as he's a 1/3 of room splatter. And this Australian senator is getting a little interviews with people, and kid comes up recording, obviously. You gotta have one hand on that phone trigger, baby.
Gotta.
Egg in the other, slams it on this bald motherfucker's head.
Was it worth it?
He got punched in the face by the senator.
Holy shit.
He got one nice left jab and then another nice left jab.
But how many likes did he get?
I don't know.
That's what really matters, baby.
The senator hit fucking 2 nice jabs, dude. And he was about to get more into it.
Nice.
He fucking, the kid gets hit with the left jab, boom, and then just fucking just staring at that phone.
Maggie. Oh, is there a video of this?
I'm looking at a GIF right now.
Oh.
A video? I could try to find one if you want to talk.
Hey, everybody. Right now, we're finding a video on the fly because that's just what we do here at Dark Racial Humor. You missed a great Soapylon last night if you weren't here. It was a good one. Oh God,
You're drowning.
I'm so nervous. I'm drowning. Oh, look at this. The CFO of MoviePass's parent company has resigned.
You're just looking at MoviePass.
As the executive exodus continues. No, that was just on my news.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Maybe,
executive exodus.
Maybe you saw it fucking kind of subconsciously.
Holy shit. I love it. Oh,
there's
man.
multiple angles, dude. But I'm trying to see this. If BuzzFeed doesn't have a video for me, I don't know what. Oh, look at this little fucker, bro.
Nothing but a weak human fucking being, you prick. No, I'm letting get the cops. Get the cops.
We're looking at a guy.
Get the cops. Huh?
Here's what's going on here.
What's going on?
This guy, this young lad who hit the egg on the Australian senator is in a tight headlock, dude. He's in a tight headlock of I think just a random.
Damn, what if he got shot?
Right wing supporters.
Just on video.
Well, Australians don't have that heat on them. Like
do they?
The U.S. They don't because of that fucking massacre.
Is he really anti-immigration?
The senator apparently is.
So I can't.
Was blaming immigration on the mosque attack.
I was thinking of immigrating to Australia.
I don't know, man.
Fuck.
They might be
where everything's just the same as America, but 3 times as expensive.
Does that guy have a Giants hat on?
Those fucking New Yorkers, man.
The New York Football Giants.
Yeah. So he.
They're a different breed, I swear.
A far-right Australian senator who has internationally criticized after he blamed. Oh, that was Maggie. I thought that was your feet. I was trying to play footsie with you, dude. Oh, Maggie, that was a cute lay down, man. Becoming more of a dog every day, girl. Good job. Have you going outside? Are you gonna pee somewhere? Probably. People don't take this dog outside. After he blamed Muslims, this mosque is also called Christ Church, which is really
I noticed that too.
With no space, which is even worse.
Maybe he busted him and was like, "You guys aren't real Christians."
I think, bro, he probably fucking.
It's not Christ-like.
He looked up Google Maps, dude, mosque, and saw one that said Christ Church, and was just like, perfect, dude.
That's the one.
The ultimate irony.
He's actually a practicing Muslim. Oh man.
God,
oh god, that dark racial.
Why do you think? I get because you even brought it up before. People don't like to say names of mass attack people.
Yes.
Why not just say this motherfucker's name?
Because
they just want for publicity and shit.
Yeah, a lot of them do it to get fame and notoriety.
But like, is it really? I mean,
like, after a lot of people that I watch stop doing it, I kind of stopped caring about like who. Because like I remember when like people used to be like, oh, we're not gonna name him. I used to be like, I want to know who it is. Oh, I'll look it up. But now like after like a couple years,
but I feel like it's like. Even at that point, I feel like it's still like, they're not gonna say my name.
But nah, it's like you give them what they want. Like a lot of them are like, oh, I want people to see my face. Yeah. I want people to know that I did this.
His face too.
I got this head count.
Yeah, 49 is a pretty good head count.
Yeah,
that was a really good hit. That's a lot of people for 2 semis.
Fuck.
Damn, that must have been bad.
Probably practicing in his backyard. You ever like?
It's also weird because you can't like, unless you, even maybe if you watched it, I kind of want to watch the video. You don't really get a feel for 49 people being killed, especially with just like.
Not anymore.
Because especially with like, I don't know. I was about to say with the blurring of the person itself, it kind of just desensitizes it more. Kinda. And it's just like, now it's just a shooting.
But, I mean, sometimes they show, like, pictures of the victims.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like...
But, like, you know, like, I just said, like, damn, that's 49 people. That's a lot of people. And it's like, damn, a lot of people were just shot in a fucking holy place.
Yeah. Crazy.
But a lot of, you don't get that...
It's like, dude, you can just be anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's is a big one, dude.
Yeah, like you can't even feel safe in your own neighborhood Trader Joe's.
9/11, small community church groups, mosque, and then Trader Joe's.
Bro, I do not feel safe in movie theaters. I hate going to the movies.
I don't really.
I'm just like, bro,
see
I need a
movies
gun if
often.
I'm gonna be sitting in this enclosed space.
Fucking Flognaw, dude.
Just a target. Flognaw
I
was.
was ready, bro.
Yeah, Flognaw was
I
that.
was right near that exit.
Fucking Coachella though, they have fucking like snipers in the trees.
Man, I was reading a thing about Coachella has a bunch of guidelines for artists who are playing. You can't just a fucking litany of you can't do any other concerts that are this type of concerts within 6 months. You can't announce anything. You can't do anything. And there probably was some kind of uproar or something because I think either a judge or maybe just, I don't know, local authorities said they were allowed to do it because it was breaking no laws. That was a headline I saw.
Breaking no laws of non-disclosure? Or not doing
restrictions for stuff.
Huh. Yeah.
Dude. I just hopped on to digital music news. Shout out.
Spaghetti, what's going on there?
Multiple sex abuse scandals are rocking the Korean music industry.
Oh, I heard about that, kinda, but I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't need to do
Yeah,
this.
apparently some guy has like a fucking prostitution ring or some shit.
Damn, dude.
Just when you got that money and that power.
This is what digitalmusicnews.com says. In just 1 week, rampant celebrity sex scandals have managed to destabilize
Korean economy.
the Korean music industry, which is pretty, I'm assuming, pretty good part of the economy. I don't know. Successful K-pop singer Seunguri has been labeled the Great Gatsby of Korea a little bit. Dude, there was something I said. I saw our good friend of Triangle Fire, Rob Del Raspado, and
Rob, bro.
I saw him walking up through the driveway, and I wanted to do the Olay chant, and I did 2 Olays, and I was like, is that racist? It's a little racist.
Was it?
Is it racist when you see a person to think of a culture?
No.
Is it?
I don't know, dude. I feel like everyone thinks everything is racist now.
But when thinking of stereotypes, when you see a person,
yes,
maybe not even stereotypes, but I wanted to say Olay, Olay Salka-chan, you know.
Well, if you know, I don't know. I'm not like Mexican, so I can't say.
Sure.
But I
that's
guess
a very individualized thing too, or personalized.
Yeah, I mean, it could be you're just appreciating the culture.
But even thinking about a culture with because even in that sense, some people are very with having their culture as their identification.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at someone and you think of a culture, is that bad?
No.
Possibly. I don't know.
I mean, like, yeah, it's better to probably just think of them as a person. But that's
some
like...
people don't even want that, though.
No, people don't want that, dude. I want that.
Yeah.
People don't want that, but I don't think it's bad because, like, a lot of people wear their culture on their fucking sleeve.
Yeah.
And it's, like, hard to not notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some specifics.
Like what? Like what?
I
am Nigerian. You will refer to me as such.
Yet the Korean music industry came to a screeching halt. Several days ago, Seungri, S-E-U-N-G-R-I, Seungri. I feel like that's more Japanese pronunciation. The youngest member of K-pop group Big Bang announced his abrupt retirement.
Great. Solid
You know
group.
Big Bang?
Oh, yeah. They make solid, yep.
Really?
I like K-pop. I enjoy it.
Nice.
Yes.
There's a K-pop, or there's a Korean mall that has a nice K-pop store.
I'm not speaking Korean. Like I know it vaguely, but I don't want to
vaguely
butcher anyone's language.
Like the lyrics or like the actual words?
Wedding Dress by Taeyong, great song.
Okay.
DNA by BTS, slamming song.
I memorize a lot of Bad Bunny lyrics.
Yeah.
And I love just singing along to Bad Bunny, dude.
Seen that video I put on Twitter a while ago? This black guy, he goes on like Korean Idol or some shit, and he just tears it up, like literally speaking the language. He sounds like a fucking an Asian guy. He's a skinny ass black guy, and all the Korean people in the audience are like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You're like scared, dude.
The homie fucking, I'm scared.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
just
like, what the
amazed,
fuck?
dude.
He knows.
You know?
He understands.
You could just live there, you know.
Uh,
Probably loves just anime,
You're
dude.
just like, oh.
I could see him just watching a fuck ton of anime. What's this scandal, dude? The move came after authorities charged the affluent singer with supplying prostitutes to foreign investors
Boom, boom, boom.
at nightclubs.
Boom, boom, boom.
This scandal is too big, so I have decided to retire. As for the ongoing investigation, I will take it seriously to clear myself of all allegations.
I didn't need
All
to do this.
allegations.
Yo, killing me with this. I think that's the allegation sound effect.
Yo,
What? Say it, dude.
nothing. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. What did it pertain to?
It pertained to R. Kelly.
Oh.
Sometimes you just gotta not say what you're thinking. Hey, you have that?
Can I hear it though?
No.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
Later. You know that video I sent you on Twitter
Sure.
of that guy?
Yeah. Did you do it recently?
No, like yesterday.
Oh, which one?
The NY Times.
Yeah. Let me
We
bring
should
up his
discuss
name.
that.
Dude. Do you want to play a clip of it real quick?
Yeah.
It's kind of long. I don't know where I should start from.
Start at the beginning. We'll play a little
the
bit,
past
and then we'll
few-
take a break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
So we're gonna play a 6-minute video and then a commercial.
No, you're gonna play like 40 seconds of
Okay,
it,
okay.
and then a commercial.
All right. This is from
In the
New York
past few
Times.
years, I have seen all too many blacks fall into the trap of calling any white person who disagrees with them a racist. Now, that may sound like a criticism of today's race politics, but it was actually written 50 years ago by civil rights leader Byard Rustin.
Mr. Byard Rustin.
Byard was Martin Luther King's collaborator and the chief organizer of the 1963 March on Washington.
And the right to vote. What do you say?
Years before Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus, Byard was arrested and beaten by police for doing the same thing. One of 24 times he'd be arrested throughout his life. In fact, he was arrested right here at the World's Fair in New York City while demonstrating peacefully for equality. If you've been paying attention, you may have seen Byard popping up a bit this Black History Month.
Byard Rustin was one of the most important figures.
I think that Byard Rustin is one of the people who's kind of almost criminally under-recognized.
It's heartening to see Byard entering the public consciousness.
A civil rights hero was almost erased from history all because of homophobia.
But these portrayals mostly focus on his identity.
He is black, gay, socialist pacifist, right? Like, he's actually America's worst nightmare.
He was openly gay, he was a socialist, he was an organizer. That's great, but what's missing are his actual ideas. And why is that?
We'll get back to
his
his ideas
intersection-
after the break. Because, we got to make a little money, honey. We'll be right back. This is Dark Razor Humor.
Socialist.
Back to Byard Rustin video.
Actual ideas. And why is that? Well, his intersectional credentials fit the spirit of modern activism, but his ideas? Not so much.
The problem can never be stated in terms of black and white.
The point of Black History Month is to give a fuller account of history, unflinching and honest. If we cherry-pick our heroes and then cherry-pick even smaller parts of their legacy to match our pre-existing beliefs, we are merely paying lip service to that mission.
If a bigot says to me, the sun is shining, if the sun is shining, I say, yes, the sun is shining, because I want to tell the truth.
I'm a writer and race commentator, and Byard Rustin holds a special place in my heart. I've lost...
Do you think this soundscape in the background is fitting or no?
Soundscape?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it.
count of the times I've had a seemingly original thought about race relations, only to realize that Byard beat me to the punch half a century ago. He opposed affirmative action.
Wait, can you go back 3 seconds?
I've lost count of the times I've had a seemingly original thought about race relations, only to realize that Byard beat me to the punch half a century.
Further than that.
If the sun is shining, I say,
there.
yes, the sun is shining,
Homeboy said something
because I want to tell the
interesting.
truth.
I'm a writer and race commentator, and Byard Rustin holds a special place in my heart. I've lost count of the times I've had a seemingly original thought about race relations, only to realize that Byard beat me to the punch half a century ago. He opposed affirmative action, he opposed reparations for slavery, and he even opposed the concept of African American studies as a unique discipline.
Kind of thought he said something different.
What do you think he said?
I thought he said, because I watched this video before, and I know he said something similar to it. And I thought that was it. He was saying something about like how his way of thinking is similar to the way I think. That like not everything is black and white racist.
He was saying it's based on class.
What?
He was saying it's based on class.
The reporter?
No, Byard.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm talking about the reporter.
Oh.
But yeah, no, Byard's interesting because like he thinks society should be based on like class, as he said.
Yeah, I think that governments have definitely, like even the U.S. is more. There's more discrimination based on class rather than completely race. But I think race is tied into class, especially in the U.S. But I mean,
would you say though you see more racism or classism today in the U.S.?
Racism.
Really?
I think so.
Like,
I don't know.
Give me an example.
I see a lot more race meme, not meme as in joke, but just the actual definition of meme, than I do class stuff. There's probably like two people I can have off top that talk about class online.
What's the actual definition of meme?
Meme's just like widespread idea. Meme definition equals an element of culture or system behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another. So just a widespread idea.
Like what?
What do you mean? Is
Like,
a meme?
No. What do you? What widespread idea about racism is more prevalent today than classism?
I don't know. I just feel like race is more talked about than class.
Yeah, it's definitely more discussed. But
in terms of politics,
it's not, and like really in terms of everything. It's like in some way, shape, or form, in today's discourse, it always comes up.
Class or race?
Race.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
like,
about. It's I think deeply embedded in the U.S.
It's
maybe
like
more
really
so
like people just love to.
You think it's like that way in other countries?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like there's less races in other countries.
I feel like they have more things to worry about.
Like what? Just like
actual racism, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's actual racism here, but
yeah, but that's like when I think of racism, I think of like people like calling you slurs, not letting you do things. Like, there's certainly places like that in the country. There's certainly people like that in the country.
Yeah.
But when people talk about like racism in California, the most progressive state in the United States, which is the most progressive country in the history of the world, like black people and white people, and we all are enshrined to the same rights in this country. Like, you can't do anything that I can't do, and vice versa. And it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
So people say racism. I'm like, okay, yeah, of course there's racism, but it's like not as big a deal as people are making it seem.
Compared to what?
Compared to the way it used to be.
Mm. But I mean, I think that's like
even
written into the underbelly of this country, though.
Absolutely, but if we want to move past it, we have to.
Well, there's still injustices and shit.
Absolutely, but it's not the norm.
Yeah. How do you move past it? Just not talk about, because there's still racist things.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's all, but from here on out, not even from here on out, from like a little bit ago to on out, it's good. It's continuing to be a minority, especially as our generation and the younger generation growing up, making mixed babies, like race is going to become like it should be becoming less and less of a thing because we're all getting the same jobs for the most part. We're all getting the same education. We're all starting to get the same education.
Yeah. Shout out USC.
But it's like fucking. It's like the less of a thing it becomes, the more it like seems to like be talked about, and not the way it should be talked about. It should be talked about like when you're discussing how things were in the past. You learn from history so that you don't repeat what like so that shit doesn't go the way it was again, because it like very easily could go back to that way. Like it fucking like basically took fucking like. There's slavery in Egypt, slavery in China, slavery in India.
Yeah.
We brought all those ideas over here.
Shout out, dude. Fucking outsourcing that slavery.
Yeah, man. I mean,
still slaves. Shout out shout out present day slaves.
I wonder if technology hadn't advanced, there'd probably still be a lot of slavery.
Yeah, I'm sure technology. How do you well, from like what era of technology advancement?
The fucking cotton gin.
The cotton gin?
Yeah, like
yeah, labor.
Don't need 300
well,
people.
I think that's
cotton.
why I think race and labor and class is probably so intertwined, because a lot of racism probably comes. I don't know. Let's say in this scenario that a lot of racism comes from just like slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try to make my argument better, if you use slavery as a mean of labor, then and you use a race predominantly for slaves, then classism and racism are going to be intertwined.
Yeah. Okay, but the labor wasn't the issue. The issue was education. The reason all the black people in America could have overtaken all the white people easily. They were stronger. They were faster. The only thing is that they couldn't fucking read.
Yeah.
They couldn't educate themselves. They couldn't, like, write down information so that their children could learn from it.
I still think that's intertwined to the use of labor, though, because if they can't educate themselves, then they kind of have to do that labor. That's even now, dude. If you have
but it's like
a class of people that are uneducated, they're forced to do certain jobs.
It's just it's actually just like if it's just the education. Like they could have not educated them and then just had them do nothing. It'd still be the same thing. It was bad that they were doing physical labor and building the backbone of the country by building the railroads and doing all the hard jobs and shit.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that they couldn't read really slowed things down. Especially when they were freed, there was attempts made by the government to educate mass amounts of black kids and teach them how to read.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a bill, and I forgot what it was. It was really interesting. It like made a bunch of a couple black colleges, like what's the fucking black college called? There's a male and a female college in like Atlanta, and they're both historic black colleges.
Mooreville,
Morehouse, and some other places.
Yeah.
Brown.
But I think the lack of education ties into the labor part of forcing people to do jobs, because.
Well, yeah. I mean, today I can see that if you lack an education, you're probably gonna have a job that's more physical and labor.
I think even before that, dude. If you can't educate yourself, you're kind of pigeonholing yourself.
Yeah,
and people are being pigeonholed to do, I don't know, slave things.
Was the issue the labor or the education?
Well, I think if you're not, I don't know why you're saying the issue. It's kind of, I think in my head, intertwined, because if you don't educate a populace of people, then you're kind of...
You can make them do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
New dark racial. New dark racial.
New dark racial. What, are we in the first or second trimester?
Third.
The third? Oh, damn. Lost in that car. What were we even talking? How do we even get on that?
I'm talking about Bayern Munich. What's this guy's fucking name, dude?
Oh, Byard Rustin. Can you play a little more of that video?
If I can find it.
Okay, wait. Before we jump in, so To recap, civil rights era, friend of Martin Luther King. He was black and he was gay and he was a socialist. Should be a superstar in today's day and age, but I've never heard of him. Have you ever heard of him?
I've only heard of him because I heard of another man before Rosa Parks to get arrested for the bus. And I think I might have heard his name in passing, but I don't know him.
Yeah, so why isn't he a superstar? Hopefully this guy tells us.
Byard argued against banning blackface minstrel shows. He believed that the very existence of minority groups depends on the freedom of expression and civil liberty. Imagine that in 2019.
That was really interesting. So it was basically, the minstrel thing is a whole kind of archaic thing, but like basically having civil liberty for like, in this case, it would be like Nazis or something.
Yeah.
I think in this era it'd be like a Nazi TV show.
It makes you think. So let's say
He says, here's a quote: "I want to make it very clear that I, for one, would never come out for banning a minstrel show, because I believe that such would raise a very serious civil liberties issue by which as much harm would be done to civil liberties, and consequently more harm ultimately to minority groups, whose very existence depends on a freedom of expression and a civil liberty. However, when groups themselves see the issue and withdraw the minstrel shows, I believe that we are twice blessed." So like when people in the minstrel shows disband the shows, that's better. But he's saying
it's better because it seems to me like he's saying, let's say there's a group of white people, they want to have blackface party.
Yeah.
He's saying if you ban them from having a blackface party, you're banning their civil liberties, so therefore they could do the same to you.
Yeah, he is saying that, but I'm saying this last sentence, it says when that group of blackface wearing white people are like, hey, this is bad, that's good. But you're right. He's saying that if you're fucking on people's freedom to do things, then that ruins everybody's freedom.
That also brings up an interesting argument someone made on some podcast that I forget, and they were saying, let's say it was about the gay cake, the guy who didn't want to make a cake for the gay wedding. He was saying, what if like we lived in a country where people could or the government didn't interfere if people are operating a business out of quote unquote hate.
Yeah.
Like if someone didn't want to serve gay people at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Because of the free market, that's an unpopular idea right now. Not serving gays, you're not being equal to everybody, so they'd probably go out of business.
Yeah.
So businesses like that just wouldn't thrive.
I don't know, man. What if you have, let's say you're in a racist part of the South and you have a bunch of more racist people going to only that place?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, too. Like, would racism overtake it again? Would it come back?
It's interesting.
Is racism only not a thing because the government's making it illegal to be racist?
That's crazy. See,
what if being racist is natural and we need to start a race war and it's actually good? That's why so many people are depressed and killing themselves, bro. It's not social media. They were born to be racist.
We just want tribes, dude.
Yeah, dude. Tribalism, bro.
That's a really, really interesting. If the government didn't force a market to not be racist, would racism thrive?
Yeah.
It's a nice talking point.
Well,
we'll talk about it.
It would have to. Well, it's like in this case.
The gay cake case.
No, in American history case, you had one race that was thriving over all the other races, so it wasn't like equal like racism. I mean, it was equal racism, but it wasn't like equal oppression. It's like whites were living good.
Yeah.
And like no blacks were living good, like at all.
Yeah. In slave time.
Also slavery.
I think there were still like classes of not well-to-do white groups.
Oh, no, definitely. They were poor, uneducated white people, but they weren't treated as bad as the black people.
Yeah. If the government doesn't stop market racism,
the government's like, okay, there's no laws. There's no laws against sexism. There's no laws against racism. There's no laws against homophobia. You can be as discriminatory as you want. You can
For
open a school
businesses?
for
Or for
businesses,
schools?
for businesses, for hiring.
Everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think people? So like, if Amazon was like, we're only going to hire white people, do you think people would stop buying from Amazon? Do you think Amazon would thrive in that climate? In today,
I don't know if it would be that explicit of like racism, you know?
Well, like, let's say, I don't know, like, because there's studies they do when someone says this company's racist.
Yeah.
They do fucking investigations and they do studies, and a lot of the times today, especially. And this happens a lot with like sexism cases too. Like it's shown not to be the case. Like with Google, they did their a study on themselves about sexism, and they found they were underpaying men. So
Sure.
Let's say like in that environment, someone did a study and they said, okay, Amazon is definitely only hiring white people. We have evidence for this, and Amazon comes out and says, this is true. We do only hire white people. Do you think people would still support Amazon?
Probably not. I don't think so.
You don't?
I think there probably a bigger majority of people who don't support Amazon. You'd probably have then, like in that case, you probably have the racist bigots and stuff would come out the what's it called?
The shadows and be like, hell yeah, Amazon.
Yeah, and those people would be shined on more, which I think would be more divisive, which I think would create more racism. I think, but I feel like a majority you wouldn't be able to have a thriving business, especially on a big scale, if you're racist.
And also that would like be a perfect opportunity for a competitor to be like, hey,
Yeah.
we are not fucking racist bigots, but we do the same thing as Amazon.
Free market equality. Dude.
I love it. You see, yeah, that's literally the definition of a free market. Letting the customer choose.
Let's play more of this.
On the freedom of expression and civil liberty. Imagine that in 2019.
Yikes.
Byard saw trouble in the new direction of black activism in the 1960s. He worried that the movement was prioritizing divisive displays of righteous anger over the inclusive coalition building that had led to successful civil rights reforms.
Today I see the same divisiveness on display in the tendency to take issues that affect Americans of all colors, whether police violence, criminal justice policy, or education reform, and frame them in
wait, play a couple more seconds.
This on display in the tendency to take issues that affect Americans of all colors, whether police violence, criminal justice policy, or education reform, and frame them in exclusively racial terms.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I was thinking of, what he was saying.
What did he say? Kind of zoned out.
He was saying that, so Byard Rustin was saying back in the day that people are taking situations that happen to everyone and just framing it through an exclusive racial lens as if it only happens like to one group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy said that's exactly what's happening today. Like, even though in the past, like, police beat up black people for no reason, like that was like the majority then, like to pretend like it only happened to one group of people is just like simply not true.
You think it was swayed more?
Huh?
Just like in the case of a slave time, that there was poor uneducated white people, they weren't as treated poorly as black people. So I'm saying that would it not be a case to say that there's more of a sway of police brutality and things on a certain group than another?
Yeah. But what about today though? In the world of body,
I still think so.
In the world of body cameras and technology that holds police accountable if they try to fuck with evidence or if they lie. Like that guy that was just recently, he wasn't recently shot, but the police were found not guilty.
The kid with the cell phone in his grandma's backyard?
Yeah.
I forget his name, man. Yeah, what about him?
Like that situation could have happened to anyone.
Yeah.
Like if that guy had been white, he would have gotten shot. If he did the same thing, he would have gotten shot. But if he had been white, I don't think it would have been as big of a discussion.
Yeah, I agree.
because like it fits a narrative.
I do feel like there is a lot less, especially in the news. I mean, because you really only know from the news unless you're around it all the time of police fucking on a certain group of people.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, there's studies, so we can actually look up right now if there's more unjustified
stats.
Yeah, like that's
Analytics.
why people devote their lives to this stuff.
Journalism, shout out. Don't die yet. Because dark racial.
New dark
Well,
racial.
no, that's the thing. It's not even journalism. It's fucking because you can get the facts and use quote unquote journalism to bend them to your will and tell people what you want them to hear, which people do all the time.
When I think of journalism, I think of just reporting stats. Maybe I'm biased on good journalism.
Oh,
just because like
I'm not saying it's good journalism. I'm saying it's mainstream journalism.
I'm talking about when people go into these public records and find numbers and tell you statistics about things.
Yeah. But like, you know, a lot of people like to just take what fits what they want to tell.
Yeah. Well,
which is trash.
Yeah. I mean, that's the fucking market of journalism. Get clicks. Different things.
What a time to be alive.
One more.
Byard's commitment to humanity over racial politics ensured that he would be attacked from all sides.
Sir, I'm a Tom, and I'm prepared to be a Tom when I can save women and children from being shot down in the street, and if you're not, you're nothing but a fool.
Interesting quote there.
Yeah, it was kind of out of context. I wish there was a little more context.
So supposedly, he said, Sir, I'm a Tom.
Yeah.
So apparently someone called him an Uncle Tom, which is a derogatory term for a black person that like works for white people.
Yeah.
Like a slave, like a house slave or something like that. From the book Uncle Tom's Cabin. He's saying, I'm a Tom, I'm prepared to be a Tom as long as I can stop people from like being shot in the streets.
Women and children.
Yeah, so he's saying like, I guess I'm willing to treat these people as equals as long as the violence is able to stop.
Yeah.
Because like, of course, this was a time of people beating each other up just because of different skin color.
Mm-hmm.
Very progressive way of thinking, but still wildly unpopular today.
Byard was a lifelong socialist, a friend of the labor movement. Most people associate socialism with the liberal left, and therefore progressive racial politics. But Byard had true socialist convictions.
No economic or social order has ever been developed on the basis of color. It must be developed on the basis of class.
Which led him to oppose affirmative action and reparations, instead advocating a federal jobs guarantee, a higher minimum wage, and universal health care.
I was going to send that screenshot of those three things.
To me?
Yeah. Federal jobs guarantee.
Federal jobs guarantee.
Higher minimum wage.
Higher minimum wage.
Universal health care.
Universal health care.
Yeah.
That, instead, he has a point when he says no social system has been built on the basis of color, only class.
Mm-hmm. Which I still think...
Which is true.
That certain colors have been put into certain classes on purpose.
Yeah, but it's like...
Try to.
But it's like, he's saying like strictly based on like class.
Yeah.
I mean strictly based on like color.
Yeah.
Like even capitalism is based on class.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, so... I don't know. Interesting that he was a socialist.
Well, because that's what I was kind of like getting, because those three things, because when you hear about socialist, you think whatever you think. I don't even know what I think. But as a socialist, you want federal jobs guarantee, higher minimum wage, universal health care. Maybe that's just nitpicking certain things that are nice, and maybe he had some other unsavory socialist ideals. But to me, that's not the worst thing. Those three things.
That you see why though?
Why what?
You see those are very popular ideas today, especially if supporters of Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Plus, he's black and he's gay.
Uh-huh.
So the reason why he's not popular today is because he is saying that black people and white people are the same. There's no need to be divisive.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't fit in with what people are shouting today on Twitter and on the news.
Yeah. I could see that argument for sure.
Yeah, that's what I got from the video. I believe that's what the reporter's trying to say. If this guy had been like, I don't know, more
divisive.
Yeah, more divisive. He'd be a fucking meme on Twitter. Everyone would love him. There'd be fucking.
It sells, dude. Like I said, that's the market of journalism is to have people click your shit, and there's nothing better. And I think I don't know if I've brought this up on the podcast before, but when you have a divisive article, you get both bigots, the people against the bigots, and just people. You have at least two sides ready to get clicks.
Love it. Love it. Is there any more of this video?
Yeah.
He called it white liberal syndrome.
This syndrome causes white liberals to expect less from blacks out of a desire to signal their awareness of racism. A recent study from the Yale School of Management found that white liberals use simpler words when communicating with a person they assume is black rather than white. Conservatives, on the other hand, show no racial bias.
Another symptom of white liberal syndrome? The belief that white people have no authority to talk about race issues.
Byard saw this attitude as another way in which whites exploited blacks. Not for money or for power in this case, but for moral absolution. Or as he put it, Negroes have been used and exploited in many ways by white Americans, but it is only recently that they have been asked to satisfy the masochistic craving of disenchanted liberals for flagellation and rejection.
I still don't understand that quote.
I kind of do, except the last couple of words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The part of it that matters the most.
So what I think he's saying is...
masochistic craving.
White people are so afraid of not being politically correct or being perceived as racist that they are kind of... What's the word? They're trying to get like the approval of black people by saying, "Hey, look at me. I'm not racist. I'm going to I don't know. I'm going to use smaller words that we can communicate better."
Sounds pretty racist.
Yeah. It's like it's you're doing the opposite. Like if you're talking to a person
and thinking about race.
Yeah, you're thinking that's
a
the
form
thing.
of racism. It's a form of bigotry.
Talk to them as a person. See, that's not popular today. Because everybody wants to be everyone wants to be a victim. If you belong to more victim classes, your opinion means more in today's climate. Caller John is just plugging in his computer right now. Gonna get his reaction to what I just said in a second to finish off the show. To finish off the show. Okay. I said if you belong to more victim classes, your opinion means more.
If you belong to a victim class?
Belong to more victim classes.
Never heard of victim class.
If you're having a discussion about race and politics,
yeah,
with a black person that's also transgender, that's also gay, whose opinion do you think is going to be taken with more credence? If you're talking to a group of USC students about racial politics, who do you think they're going to listen to more?
Cleo.
Yes, exactly.
New Dark Racial.
Cleo is real funny.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if...
I don't know, dude. People, I don't know. I don't think like a lot of people.
It doesn't matter if you were fucking born in the dirt and you grinded your way and now you're a millionaire because you found some revolutionary new medicine. Yeah. And you're having a TED Talk right now with someone who's half your age, but they happen to be gay, black, and transgender.
Yeah.
And you're having a discussion on racial politics.
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything except be gay, black, and transgender.
It's the ethos argument of not politics. But,
people are
debate.
Strictly their identities now, and it's fucking disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know.
But that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to Dark Racial Humor. Thanks to those who listened to the end. We'll be back tomorrow.
New Dark Racial.
More hard-hitting topics.
Bye.
Enjoy your day. Bye.